contractors were banned from forming a union to protect ourselves. We don't even have a supervisor or office to turn to, so we come here month after month asking for your help. These companies use secret algorithms to squeeze every dollar from riders while paying drivers as little as possible. We are under constant surveillance. Our every move tracked, rated, and used against us. Imagine being fired by an app for something as small as a document glitch, a false complaint, or a traffic ticket. And when we try to organize or talk about better conditions, that same surveillance can be used to identify leaders or retaliate quietly. It's a reminder that data collection isn't neutral, it's a form of control.
Ms. Lees, I apologize. I think that you may be looking for the
What we need is transparency to see the data that's collected on us, to have a fair appeals process, and to stop the use of surveillance as a tool for punishment or intimidation. Drivers should be able to use technology for safety and fairness, not to be monitored like machines. That's why we're asking you to create a TNC task force so drivers finally have a seat at the table and a voice in decisions that affect our livelihoods. We're not asking for special treatment, just fairness, transparency, and respect for the people who keep Atlanta moving. Thank you for your time, and please email me to set up a meeting.
Thank you. And I think some of your comments you want to go to the Transportation Committee for. Today, I know Transportation would typically meet at this time period, but Transportation will be meeting at 11 a.m. today. So I don't know if you all want me to help you transfer your comments then, or if you want to have them all now and then. But I think that the committee that you would want to talk to is the Transportation Committee, and they meet at 11 today.
Mr. Chair, Transportation meets at 11:30 today.
Thank you. 11:30 today.
Respectfully, we will wait to the transportation.
All right. And so the names I had was Tyron, and I have Ms. Cahoon. Thank you. So we'll move all of them to the next meeting. I'll pass you this so we can take you to the transportation meeting. Thank you again for that. So we also been joined by the Honorable Councilmember Andrea Boone. Can I have a motion to adopt the agenda? It's been moving properly second, moved by Councilmember Shook, second by Councilmember Matt Westmoreland. Let's see. Gotcha. And due to the short agenda, we'll be taking our presentation last if there are no objections. So thank you. Moved by Councilmember Shook, second by Councilmember Matt Westmoreland.
The vote is open. The vote is closed. 4 yeas, 0 nays. The agenda has been adopted.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second. It's been moving properly second, moved by Councilmember Matt Westmoreland, second by Councilmember Shook. Please open the vote to approve the minutes.
The vote is open. The vote is closed. 4 yeas, 0 nays. The minutes have been approved.
Mr. Johnson, we've agreed to take the legislative items first. Can you please go with the ordinances for second reading?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Item number 1, 2050-1607, an ordinance by City Utilities Committee authorizing the Chief Financial Officer to amend the FY 2026 Water and Wastewater Renewal and Extension Fund budget in the amount of $2,500,000.00 to transfer funds from completed projects with balances for repurpose on the Water and Wastewater Renewal Fund and add funds to the rehabilitation and repair of permeable pavers in Peoplestown, Mechanicsville, and Summer Hill project and for other purposes.
It's been moving properly second, moved by myself, second by Councilmember Matt Westmoreland. Please open the vote.
The vote is open. The vote is closed. 4 yeas, 0 nays. This item is favorable. Item number 2, 2050-1608, an ordinance by City Utilities Committee authorizing the Chief Financial Officer to amend the FY 2026 Water and Wastewater Renewal and Extension Fund budget in the amount of $123,803,773.45 to anticipate and appropriate the transfer of equity to the Water and Wastewater Renewal and Extension Fund and for other purposes.
Move approval. It's been moving properly second, second by Councilmember Matt Westmoreland. Please open the vote.
The vote is open. The vote is closed. 4 yeas, 0 nays. The item is favorable. Item number 3, 2025-01609, an ordinance by City Utilities Committee authorizing Chief Financial Officer to amend the FY 2026 Water and Wastewater Renewal and Extension Fund budget in the amount of $3,500,000.00 to transfer funds from watershed reserves for appropriations to add funds to the CIP facility structural and site improvement project and for other purposes.
Move approval. Second by Councilmember Matt Westmoreland. Please open the vote.
The vote is open. The vote is closed. 4 yeas, 0 nays. The item is favorable. Item number 4, 2025-01623, an ordinance by Councilmember Dustin Hillis authorizing the Chief Financial Officer to amend the FY 2026 Water and Wastewater Renewal and Extension Fund budget in the amount of $8,200,000.00 to transfer funds from watershed reserves for appropriations to add funds to the Whittier Mill Sanitary and Sewer Improvement Projects and for other purposes. Mr. Chair, the department requests to hold this item.
So moved to hold.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Matt Westmoreland. Please open the vote.
The vote is open. The vote is closed. 4 yeas, 0 nays. This item is held in committee. Section H, resolutions. Mr. Chair, we will need to bring a motion to bring forth a substitute. The substitute changes the caption.
Motion to bring forward the substitute. Second by Councilmember Matt Westmoreland. Please open the vote to bring forward the substitute.
The vote is open. The vote is closed. 4 yeas, 0 nays. The substitute before you. The substitute removes contracts A and B referenced in the legislation due to expiration, which will require an ordinance for renewal, and it decreases the funding amount to $180,000. Item number 5, 25R 4215, a substitute resolution by City Utilities Committee authorizing the mayor or as designated pursuant to Article 10, Division 4, Section 2-1205 of the Procurement and Real Estate Code to execute the first renewal option for a special procurement agreement listed herein, Sampson Equipment Company Incorporated, on behalf of the Department of Public Works to add funding to the agreement in the amount not to exceed $180,000.00, all contract to what we charge to and pay from the fund department, organization, and account numbers listed herein and for other purposes.
Thank you. I think we have a few questions from Mr. Shook, so if someone from the department can come up. And if you can.
Good morning.
Thank you.
I'm Tim Fitzgerald, Consultant Fleet Management Director here at the Office of Fleet Services.
Yes, sir. Mr. Shook, please.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So, well, I'll note that, we added the iPro. Just for me personally, I didn't see anything individually that would be fatal to passage of this.
Well, we must understand that we have some older equipment and we want to extend this contract to make sure that we're taking care of them while we're training
Well,
folks up.
Yeah, no, I'm going to get to that. I'm talking about the iPro, which has something like 10 findings.
I'm not familiar with the iPro.
Okay. Is there anyone from procurement here? Well, I'll just finish my comment. Like I said, there's nothing in the findings that to me is fatal in terms of, not allowing us to support this. However, we did, approve this iPro process for a reason, and there were 10 findings. So collectively, I see cause for concern with the procurement process because, man, this is a trend. I wish I could say we only see iPros this bad once in a while, but the fact is we don't. So that's just my editorial comment. My other comment as regards the fleet is what fuel do these trucks run on?
The Samsung trucks run on diesel.
Okay. Do we have any CNG-powered vehicles left?
Yes, we do.
About how many?
I would say about 20 that are left.
Okay, and how are those functioning?
Those are functioning okay. Not the best, because what we need to do and what we're planning on doing and doing now is onboarding diesel mechanics certified.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any more questions from my colleagues?
Mr. Chair, we would need a motion to approve on substitute.
been moved and properly seconded by me, moved by Councilmember Matt Westmoreland, seconded by myself. Please open the vote.
The vote is open. The vote is closed. 4 yeas, 0 nays. This item is favorable on substitute. See, item number 6, 25R4216, a resolution by City Utilities Committee authorizing the mayor or his designee to execute agreement numbers listed herein. Fleet parts and services to provide fleet repair parts and services on behalf of the Department of Public Works for an initial term of 2 years with 3 one-year renewal options to be exercised at the city's sole discretion, an amount not to exceed $11 million and 0 cents annually. All contract will be charged to and paid from the fund department, organization, and account numbers listed herein and for other purposes. Mr. Chair, this item will need to be amended. The amendment attaches the IPRO report.
Move to amend. It's been seconded by Councilmember Matt Westmoreland. Please open the vote.
The vote is open. The vote is closed. 4 yeas, 0 nays. This item has been amended.
There's a comment from,
Yeah, thank you. I apologize. I got ahead of myself. This is the one with the dubious IPRO report. So my comments will stand and apply to this.
thank you. It's been moved to approve as amended by Councilmember Matt Westmoreland. I'll second. Please open the vote.
The vote is open. The vote is closed. 4 yeas, 0 nays. The item is favorable as amended. Mr. Chair, we take us to our dual referred items. Item number 7, 25O1622. An ordinance by Councilmembers Justin Hillis and Liliana Bakhtiari to amend Chapter 130, Article 3, Division 4, Section 130-81 to provide that real property owned by the Fulton County City of Atlanta Land Bank Authority, Incorporated, doing business as Metro Atlanta Land Bank, shall not be subject to payment of solid waste taxes, assessments, and service fees and charges, to provide that Metro Atlanta Land Bank shall be authorized to extinguish solid waste fees owed by the City of Atlanta in addition to any powers it may hold regarding extinguishment of taxes pursuant to the Georgia Land Bank Act, and that the municipal revenue collector or the county tax commissioner shall be permitted to file a release of any liens issued for solid waste upon receipt and review that Metro Atlanta Land Bank has properly extinguished solid waste fees for real property it owns and for other purposes. Mr. Chair, this legislation was forwarded without recommendation from the Community Development and Human Service Committee. The motion will be to refer to FEC.
Okay.
We have a question from Councilmember Shook. Is someone from the department here to answer?
Yeah, I think we should send it to zoning while we're at it. And why aren't any of these committees getting a presentation on what's getting dumped in finance? Hello?
So if there's anyone from the department, from the administration that can answer this, I think Councilmember Shook, I heard Councilmember Shook's question. I also heard him say hello as well.
Does anyone know what this paper does?
Well, let's motion to,
All right. Good morning, Councilman. Keith Robinson, Deputy Commissioner for the Department of Public Works. This is something we need to do a little bit more research on and understanding the actual financial impact of it. And then if we are going to waive some of the delinquent accounts, where does that paid from? Does that come out of the general fund or whatever that is? So essentially what it sounds is when we just read the paper, it's, releasing the land bank of some delinquent accounts. Like I said, we're doing research to understand how many properties and what that dollar amount is, and we don't know at this moment.
Motion to hold.
Okay.
second. It's been moved and properly second, moved by Councilmember Shook, second by myself. Please open the vote.
The vote is open. Vote is closed. 3 yeas, 1 nay. This item is held in committee. Mr. Chair, we have one item coming off held, item number 12. May I sound the caption?
Please do.
Item number 1225R 3895, an amended resolution by City Utilities Committee authorizing the mayor or his designee to execute an agreement listed herein. EIB Valley of the Hawks constructed wetlands project with Integral Municipal Services Corporation Rockdale Pipeline Incorporated joint venture on behalf of the Department of Watershed Management for a term to commence on the date a notice to proceed is issued for 18 months, an amount not to exceed $11,717,733.00. All contracted work will be charged to and paid from the fund department organization account number listed herein and for other purposes.
Move approval. It's been moved and properly second by Councilmember Matt Westmoreland. Please open the vote.
The vote is open. The vote is closed. 3 yeas, 0 nays, 1 abstention. This item is favorable.
So I think,
Mr. Chair, that concludes our legislative items. Now we can turn to our presentations in Section F.
excited to hear the Public Works report. Commissioner?
Good morning, council people, council persons.
Morning.
Good morning. All right, thank you. Yep.
With today's report, we're going to cover the topics that are shown here. The key thing I want to really take away here is illegal dumping as being a top priority. It is rampant. It's coming from outside the city. It's very costly to our operations. And also, it's requiring more enforcement on our part, and so we're going to put more focus on that. But also in encampments. It helps facilitate encampments, and that's just a blight on our community. So that's one of the key takeaways I want to really impart. A second one is around productivity. We're going to make some productivity improvements over time, and so we have a lot of focus around that. And then the third is around landfill diversion and really trying to do more in terms of recycling and moving away from more costly landfills and extending the life of landfills. I'm going to start with something we're really proud of, and that's really community engagement. What you'll see here are some examples of this that include the support of the Cascade Road opening. We hosted the Touch a Truck event. And the thing I'm really proud of is on Halloween, we had a truck or treat event that was very, very well attended. And it was in a community where our children wouldn't feel comfortable in doing trick-or-treating, and we were able to bring out the community, and it was a fantastic event. But then you can see the others there as well. The solid waste performance is very good at 97%. You should always expect recycling, that 93 number, as well as the yard waste to be below garbage. We're really going to focus on bringing those up. That gets to the landfill diversion effort that we're trying to do. Still all good numbers on a relative basis and trending as they have in the past, but we're going to see a lot more improvement on the latter two numbers that you see there. This is more of an internal metric in terms of routes completed and our metric to see whether or not it was captured in a handheld. But still, we have high volumes consistent with prior years. The QA/QC, this is another area that we're going to have a lot more focus on. We see a lot of opportunity here. And we see the priority in terms of the different districts. And so we are going to apply the enforcement resources according to the share of the quality control issues that we're seeing here presented. You can see the distribution across the city. And so this is an area where we're going to continue to have a lot more focus. And we're making internal adjustments to address that. The circular economy, this is something I'm really proud of and where we're going directionally. I had the opportunity to go to a facility last week where recycling is done. And in particular, it's called a material recovery facility to really see all the recycling that can benefit us in terms of recovery. We have a partner that's doing a great job for us, and we're really going to lean on their capabilities. I just see so much more potential there, and a large number of us went out, so I think the team really understands the implications, and so we're going to really press on this. Our solid waste diversion is about 16%. Most municipalities are in the 12 to 20% range. You should expect to see that 16% to increase. Illegal dumping, District 12 has the highest rate there, and we're going to put incredible efforts on that. We already have in that we are putting together a team to focus on that district in particular. We also have coming up on the 15th an amnesty day for tires to be able to brought in over at Greenbrier, and so I would encourage that that be publicized so that constituents can bring their tires at no cost to that facility to be able to abate them. Again, on illegal dumping, the rates are unnecessarily high or unacceptably high. To put this in perspective, and again, this is one of my top 3 priorities, I happened a few weeks ago to see in broad daylight illegal dumping real time. So later this week, I'm due to go to court to testify against an illegal dumper. And we are looking at different camera systems to be able to address this. Again, I mentioned that we see the correlation between illegal dumping and encampments in terms of where they form. And the other thing I will say again, and hopefully this lands, is coming from outside the city. We have FIFA coming up. We need to get our arms all over this. This is a top priority. I had the time to go out with Councilmember Boone and see her community and really, witness, some of the things there. So we know where the sites are. I think it's on the order of 122 locations that are repeated sites, and so we're going to do a lot more on an enforcement part on illegal dumping. Special ops street sweeping. We had a total of about 8,300 miles covered in the quarter, and we continue to see opportunities to improve that, but we have a lot of coverage. There's a component of this that will be more coordinated with some of the other departments as well. But at this point, we are getting good performance both in the AM and PM shift. Bulk collection, we have tremendous volumes there, and it is an area where we have the special ops team helping us with this, but it is an area where we're going to be able to increase the tonnage per route over time. I got ahead of myself on special ops. Special ops has done a phenomenal job in terms of major events. What really makes me proud is the hours of recovery. Looking at the tonnage and how fast we're able to restore the city back to its normal condition. Here on a Peachtree Road race, almost 10 tons, and then abated in 3 hours. Dragon Con, similar stats, and then the Land Streets Alive, the same performance. Not quite as big, but great performance on that. The sweep team, we are going to better align the coverage and enforcement to where illegal dumping is, and over-index in those areas where illegal dumping is most rampant. The Keep America Beautiful Commission, we have new leadership. Kanika has since left and moved to another opportunity, and so we have new leadership to be able to focus on this. But we're still having great counts in terms of volunteers, volunteer hours, miles covered, and all the metrics that you would expect from this. Fleet services, we have an aging fleet that impacts the average availability. Director Fitzgerald is focused on this, and we're looking at putting more resources and technology to be able to help us in this particular area. Emergency management exercises. We are very, very focused on preparing for inclement weather, working with other departments. We have a tabletop exercise to be able to anticipate things that could go wrong and then make corrections. There are metrics there associated with those where we can keep account of how we're improving. Safety, preventable accidents are down significantly, 23% compared to April and June, through June, and then compared to prior year in the same time frame, 37%. So very proud of that and the safety team. From a financial snapshot, we are collecting revenues in excess of our expenditures. We are going to be focused on DeKalb County. The expected bill was in September, and so we'll be focused on those collections from DeKalb County. But nonetheless, we have revenues exceeding expenses, and we've spent below the current fiscal run rate at 23%. We also engaged in a revenue generation workshop. One of the things that came out of it is on the next page. We're looking at the solid waste services, the post-closure landfill. And so these sites are ideal for solar energy farms, and that would be a revenue generation for the city. But then there are other things we're looking at for the landfills as well, as listed. We also want to honor our retirees. Michael Hardeman had 38 years with us and retired in September. Nikita Daniels, 31 years. And that's just exceptional service in the solid waste department, and very proud for their service and what they've done for us. And I'm glad to see that we are being able to honor them. So the three things I wanted to remind that we're focused on is illegal dumping and impact on encampments and our enforcement in that area, productivity improvement, as well as looking at landfill diversion. And that's it for my presentation. Any questions?
I have a few questions. I want to say thank you so much for all of the work you've been able to do so far. I know we've been fighting from what it seems to you, I mean, what you just told us, from me looking at it outside, it looked like the issue that you just said. When you said that a lot of the stuff is coming from outside of the city, it's just ending up in District 12. I've been saying that for a while.
Yeah.
And to see your numbers, it shows it.
Yeah.
And so what do you think that is? Have you ever seen anything like that where trash and tires are coming from outside of the city and coming to one district?
It comes to various districts.
But the numbers, I know when you respond,
Sure.
the numbers, it's double in District 12 from another district. Now, I'll say the number specific as I go back to the page. That's why I say it looked like they're aiming at my district. But go ahead.
Yeah, so the way we know that they're in your district or they come from outside the city is we find evidence. So, for example, we see addresses and such that are outside the city coming in. And I think historically they've been able to come in unobserved. We're looking at a different camera system where we can get license plate readers. We can not only see where they go after they leave with dumping, but we can see their truck full as they're coming in. And so once we have the license plate readers working with the Atlanta Police Department, we can enforce in a much better way. We had other cameras that didn't have as much capability as the ones that we're looking at. So what I'll promise you is that we'll focus on that area and make sure that we'll be able to enforce it in a greater way to discourage them from doing so.
And I'll tell you why. So District 12 connects to District 3. And so District 12 is at 22%, District 3 is at 17, and no one else is at even 11. 11.2 is the next thing. So we're double anything else. And the portion that's in District, because I'm looking at the heat map as well. Some people may think that's District 12. That portion of District 3 is, it looks like it, where Metropolitan changes into Northside Drive, you may think that's District 12. And so I just want to make sure that the numbers in District 12 are 22%, and the next highest number is 11.2%. And I know that's That's why I was asking that question. So I know I've been riding around the community. I've found houses and I've found trucks and I've sent them to you that are actually housing some of this trash. And so one house on Macon Drive, I think I've given you the address before.
Yep.
They've started back.
Okay.
I rode past this weekend, yard full of tires right now. And so we can't go back to that Macon Drive house again. It's on the corner of Macon Drive and Old Hateville.
Okay.
Same exact house as before. If you reach out to Major Woolfolk in the Zone 3, the major of Zone 3, he can actually give you the address to make sure. The next question I was gonna have, everything's around these heat maps and the trash volume. Because if you look at the heat map, it even in District 3, it's stronger when it gets closer to District 12. So have you ever seen that?
I haven't seen that before. I'm relatively new in position, so I've not seen that. I had the same reaction that you're having right now when I saw the numbers. So I know to address it forthrightly.
Thank you. I wrote another comment. We have code enforcement officers across the city. We have 2 per. The goal is to have at least 1 per MPU. And in some MPUs they have 2. My request to you is if there's any. Do you think that if we had multiple code enforcement officers on the south side, do you think that would help you? Because from looking at the map, where they have 2, which is the northwest and northeast part of the city, there's less heat map, less spots up there. But where the code enforcement, they said they want to put a second code enforcement officer in 3 of the MPUs in my district. And so do you think that that will help you? I just want to make sure that they're watching this meeting as well.
Yeah, so you can't read my handwriting. It's probably too far away. But this is the distribution of suite coverage relative to the districts. And so what I'm going to do is move suite officers to be more heavily covered in those districts. Yours is one that we're going to increase the coverage. But one of the observations I had is that, we don't have an alignment between suite coverage as well as illegal dumping. And so we'll heavy up on that and just redistribute it. But I had the exact same observation when I wrote my notes.
Yeah, I'm happy to see the numbers. Let my eyes aren't deceiving me. Just riding around the city, going everybody's districts, my eyes are not deceiving me saying that District 12 has had more things headed to it. So I want to say thank you so much for this. This was an eye-opening report to the numbers matching up with our eyes. And I think we're going to work harder to at least be like everybody else in the city. We got to work to at least be like everybody else in the city. Thank you again.
Yes. Actually, if I can add one more thing, we owe you something else. There's HR numbers that we're looking at again. They were in the handout originally, but I wanted to make sure that it's going to be updated by end of the day today before it's posted.
Truly looking forward to the HR report and looking forward to another job fair with you all. I know we used to host them a lot. I know right now it seems like it's time to grow again in our departments. And so as you're assessing the department, we're building 20,000 new homes in Atlanta. I hope we build 100,000. The department should probably grow with those 20,000 new homes. And so if we have 776 employees on the back of trash trucks and driving the trash trucks in our fleet, I think if 20,000 new homes are built in the city, that has to grow. That percentage has to grow. And so please bring that forth to the council. As chair, I'm in favor of making sure we have the needs for the city. Because you just said, and these numbers show that District 12 is getting some stuff from outside of the city.
That's right.
Coming just to my area and Byron's area and Councilmember Amos's area, who they think is District 12 from what it looks. So, and we have questions from Councilmember Boone.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you so much, Commissioner. Just wanting to let you all know that I thoroughly enjoyed our tour of District 10. It was very enlightening, and thank you, Mr. Deputy Eugene, for your responsiveness. I do have a couple of questions.
Sure.
Just wanted to know what is actually going on with the bulk collection.
In terms of what?
It wasn't collected at all last week in my district.
I'm not sure, but we can look into it.
Okay. Does anybody know what happened to bulk collection in District 10 last week? Does anybody know what happened to bulk collection in District 10 last week? I did speak with Ms. Floyd and my other MPU chair, and it definitely wasn't collected.
Yes, ma'am, I can address that. Good morning, council members. Pleasure to be here this morning to address the bulk collection. We've made some adjustments internally, trying to make sure our services are balanced across the organization, whether it's curbside, bulk, or whatever else. It was brought to my attention that some areas weren't covered. We're addressing them now to get back on schedule. And when I talked to Director Chambers this morning about that, she brought some more in-depth information to my attention, and we're going to work to get everything straightened up by the end of the week.
Okay, now I would like to thank her and Moses for their responsiveness to the citizens of Atlanta. And you'll let us know about the bulk collection?
Absolutely. As we progress
It
during the
should
week,
be
we'll
back
make
on
sure-
schedule when?
We'll be by the end of the week.
Okay,
By the end of the week.
all right. Thank you very much. Thank you. And thank you for that wonderful tour.
Thank you.
I also want to say thank you to the men and women of DPW. The work that you all are doing is amazing to see the attack units actually come out. I just wish they didn't have to do that other stuff they have to do.
Yeah.
So thank you again.
Sure, absolutely. My pleasure.
All right. Anything from my colleagues? Okay. So we went through our reports, went through everything else. Anything for the good of the order? A meeting adjourned.